the fuck was that?
We all have that one bloody tank that we cannot ace in one of the tanks. And welcome to mine, the Centurion Action X. And in today's replay, you are going to see the good, the bad, and the ugly of my gameplay. So, first off, we are on Ruinberg in a pretty decent matchup as well, and we're having some fun with this Progetto to start off the game with. We've tracked him in the open for our team, and we finish him off. And we now have a T10 to fire on. So, the Centurion Action X. This was my first tier 10 in World of Tanks. Back when it was FV4202. The FV4202, who remembers that at tier 10? Just imagine that tank in today's World of Tanks. Like, there's shit on the stick and there's shit on the stick, isn't there? Let's be honest, it would be absolutely terrible in today's World of Tanks. And it was pretty unhistorical as well. It was basically a half Centurion, half Chieftain. It was basically a concept tank based on the Centurion to test some design methods that were going to the Chieftain, such as the reclined driving position and the gun mantlet, or lack of gun mantlet anyway. And it never had the 105mm gun. It always has the 20 pounder like the Centurion, even though the Centurion used the 105 later. But I digress. Back to the Centurion Action X. So they put this thing a good couple of years ago, and they also, the Centurion, well no, the FV4202 had specialist Hesh rounds, and they didn't work at tier 10 basically. This tank didn't really have any premium ammo of sorts. So when they made the switch, and that T30 shot by the way, that was well spotted. And where was I? So they decided, Wargaming, that the Centurion Action X wasn't going to work with the high explosive squash heads. So when they switched the tank, they basically buffed the tank by giving it heat rounds, but they also increased the speed of the vehicle. Back then, the FV4202 would only do 40 kph, but this, I believe, is limited to 52, and that is a massive difference. The Centurions were always really slow back in the day. Of course, they've been buffed now because they were power creep to shit, but yeah. So I got the FV4202 in 2013, and I'm embarrassed to admit, 6 years later and 389 games, I'm still yet to ace the Centurion Action X. Like, I just cringe just thinking about that. So yeah, we are on Ruinberg, and we're going to try and change that, I suppose. And yeah, so I see the T30's fired, and I see an opening here. I see an opening. I want to go and mess with this lightweight. And do you know when I said ugly gameplay right here? Well, you're about to see some ugly gameplay. That shot went above the T54. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm aiming in a completely different spot. I managed to track him, and my allies do some assistance, and then I track myself ramming a T54 light ray, and then I miss him. Why am I putting this on YouTube? Why? Just why? At least we managed to kill him. And will we get the shot on the LTTB? Yes, we will. Too bad it was a low roll, but even with a high roll, it was a 4 in 10 basically to kill that guy. And all of a sudden, I'm not feeling too brave because, let's be honest, we all know that the crutches at the back, the UDES and the STRV, are just waiting to shoot me. And there's the Scorpion G and the STRV, and I go out and I realise I can't shoot those guys. I take my time and find the shot on the LTTB, and yeah, I decide I don't really want to poke against that STRV. If he's looking at me, he can just remove half my hit points, and it means that I can't really I'm basically relying on the team to do my spotting, and I can't really do that much for myself anymore. And this is when I decide to flank round. And interestingly, I've not been spotted, and that tells me that they are camping so hard back that they are double bushing themselves from spotting things. The UDES hasn't even been spotted yet, but we all bloody know that he is at the back of this map with his friend in the tier 10, and there he is. Can we find a shot? No. I really want to get in these guys' faces. I don't want to let them control the engagement, especially the STRV. We find a kill on the UDES, and I'm just charging this STRV down. We managed to put a shot in it, and then I go for the round kill. So that's the Centurion. Actually, next right there. Probably. Is this thing a good tier 10? No. it's definitely not M48 pattern or E50 or even the Leopard now, since the Leopard was buffed. This is definitely down there with tanks like the 121. It's not quite down with the AMX 30B or other tanks, but this tank has really been just left out in the open to rot, basically. And did I get the ace? Well, let's look at the post-game stats. Yeah, of course we bloody didn't. We picked up another first class. I think I have got somewhere in the region of 10 first classes in this tank. I simply just cannot ace it. One day I will get this ace. So we managed to pick up 4,500, 1,300 spotting. Honestly, let's be real, it's not an ace worthy game. We needed to pick up another 1,000 damage at least, and I was thinking coming out of this game that if the values have just been reset and the 6 kills would really help a lot. On a good day, this may be the ace, but not today. So that's today's replay, guys. Let me know what tank has been an absolute pain in the arse to ace for you. And got another video coming tomorrow. That's going to be quite a special video. I hope you enjoyed today's replay, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one.